I can't stand social media, but I think Oscar Wilde would have loved it. When Wilde writes this play, there's a movement going on in the 1890s called decadence, and decadence was basically anti-progress. You had two options. You could go and be part of the orthodox of your era, which was go and be part of some massive colonial project, or you could not do that. And if you didn't want to do that, your option was take absinthe, sleep with people, and just sort of do nothing. That feels like a very contemporary moment where lots of young people are going, actually, I don't really want to contribute to some of these things I disagree with. I don't really want to engage with this wider project. I'm going to spend my life in trivial Instagram, TikTok, small little bits. But the problem with that is that it makes you very unhappy. Oscar Wilde would have loved it. He was so interested in the way that our masks and the artificial things about us are actually more honest about ourselves than what we might consider to be the moral or natural self. The other thing that's really interesting and contemporary about the play is that it's all fueled by a kind of neuroticism and anxiety about who these young people are and trying to find their sense of self. I think what's so fun about the play is that it shows the different generations. You go from Cecily, who's the kind of Gen Z, then you've got Jack, Gwendolyn, Algy, who are this kind of millennial generation, and then you've got Bracknell, who is the kind of boomer-in-chief with all of the money and the privilege and the position and and just the self-confidence. She just knows, she knows where she stands in the world. And there's this brilliant line at the end where Jack says, Lady Bracknell, I wonder if you could tell me who I am. You know, which feels like such a sort of appeal from a millennial generation to boomers. Like, does anyone have an idea where I'm meant to fit in here? Would you be able to tell me? And of course the irony being that you have to go and work it out yourself. The play's like a Fabergé egg. It's not really about anything. There's no political message that I'm bringing you with this production, because there's no political message in the play. It's about somebody who eats sandwiches too much. I mean, it's just, and the nothingness and the delight of just doing something that is beautifully made for the sake of the fact that it's fun to watch and fun to do. He is relief. The rest of our lives can be quite serious, and then Wilde comes along and says, don't worry about it.